Yeah, it's time for a video, you know what I'm saying? Another one. Of a different variety. You know, one thing I noticed, you know, I follow a guy, you know, his name is Tariq Nasheed and whatnot. I've been following this guy since 2012 when Trayvon Martin died and all that. Nah, you know, he got some quirks about him that I don't like, you know. Like, you know, he talked about guys, or he talked about Tommy Sotomayor, his hair. You know, my hair kind of thin a little bit in the back. So, you know, he talk about me too. So it's like, see, that's the thing with talking about people, man. When you talk about people, you kind of encompass other people. Oh, you don't like his bald spot. You making fun of his bald spot. You make fun of my bald spot. You know, some people, but he would say things like, he shouldn't be. It ain't about insecurity, man. It's about you saying something wrong with it, and you laughing about it. Like, you know, like, okay, you can tell a joke, but hey, I got some jokes to tell. So, but anyway, those are one of the quirks I don't like about him. When he talks about people, he tries to justify it. And we call that running game, or I do. Somebody talks about you, and then you say, "Man up, no nigga, I don't have to take what you say. You insulting me too." But that's just another topic. People insult others or insult you and then tell you it's just a joke or to man up. No, nigga, I don't have to man up. I can beat your ass. You know, that manning up for you. So, but not saying I want to try to, you know, I feel that way towards Tariq, but his positives outweigh his quirks, so I still fuck with him. But you know, you got a lot of his followers on YouTube and Twitter and all this. Now it's X. You know, a lot of these people, man, they don't check him on his quirks. You know, the most recent one is when a guy called in on his Twitter space and went off on, you know, he had something to say about a transsexual dude who comes into space and just basically spewed nothing but non-constructive dialogue. Say, why don't you just get this guy up out of here? This, you know, he, she, or whatever. You know, why this guy? You keep letting this transsexual talk. You know, then Tariq said he tried to shame him. He basically used transsexual shaming tactics against him. So the things he's in the way he said it, you know, like, oh, you must have some feelings while you thinking about T.S. Giselle and all this. Yeah, that's the name of the transsexual. Like, man, dude, I feel the same way as the caller, man. Like, this motherfucker keep calling up, and you entertaining this guy. We heterosexuals. You know, this dude is trying to promote us, or this woman, or whatever you want to fucking call an LGBT person of that persuasion. They trying to get traffic to their page. You click their page, they got stuff that heterosexual men don't want to see, man. Like, okay, that's your lifestyle, but why are you trying to interject your lifestyle onto us and laugh and chuckle as if we understand your jokes and we can relate? We can't relate to your kind of humor. Your kind of humor that revolves around you fucking dudes and getting fucked by dudes. That's a different type of humor. See, it all comes down to people being real with themselves, man. People being real and true to themselves. I don't want to kill a transsexual. I don't want to beat up a transsexual. I just don't, unless you try to force yourself, you know, on me or something, or, you know, any family of future children I may have, then I'm gonna have a problem with you as that person, as I would if it was anybody else trying to violate. But you can't use transsexual and LGBTQ shaming tactics against a heterosexual without offending other heterosexual men, which I was offended, and I left some comments under that video of his. But now I'm recording a direct video towards it because, you know, I just get tired of these damn followers, man, of Tariq and others, Jason Black and all this stuff, man. These people are like zealots, man. They see the guy of respectable note erroring, in his ways, his or her ways, and they don't check them. See, that's how you view this person as somebody that you respect. A friend would check a friend and say, hey, this is not cool. Yeah, I know you have, you don't feel some kind of way about the LGBT community or about transsexuals speaking on your space, but are you gonna diss one guy in such a way that you diss other heterosexual people who think like him? Like, come on, man, you gotta think about what you're saying, man. Some people say, well, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, well, that's gonna come back on you. That's how people make enemies out in the street who they don't even know about. Yeah, you gotta be careful about how you say things, man. That's just how it is, man. But you got a lot of people out here, they don't want to check nobody. They just agree with everything a person says because they respect them so much. They don't want to be on their bad side, man. But if you your own person, your own individual, and you about the truth, man, the truth don't have no friends, really. The truth is the truth. The truth is the friend of truth. If you deviate from truth, you got to be put back in line, man. You got these people, man, they call up into another kind of lifestyle, man. You're not supposed to entertain that. Like, really though, man, as a heterosexual person, there are certain topics and certain things you're not gonna click on. You can kind of find commonality with things that are similar, man, but you as a transsexual man or woman who was a man, you like having sex with men. Like, anything revolving around that kind of lifestyle, we have nothing to talk about. You have certain guys that say, certain counselors that say, well, you can find a commonality in love, and you can kind of talk about love. Like, you might have a gay man who loves another man, and you can kind of try to, if you heterosexual, kind of equate that to a man loving a woman. It's not the same, man. People like to say things are the same. Love is a strong emotion, and it has general similarities, but it's not the same, man. Like, what does a heterosexual man know about loving another man? You don't know how that feels. That's a thought. That's a foreign thought to you. How can you relate that kind of love to a heterosexual man loving a woman? You got two men loving each other, and you got a man loving a woman. See, love is nuances, is layers to it. It's not just a general feeling. A man in love a woman, he fall in love with this woman. He want to hold and caress this woman. He want to insert. He want to feel her inner vagina wrapped around his penis, man. He want to look into her eyes. He's stronger. He's dominant. But then you have on the flip side, you have a man. You don't know how that is for another man to feel caressing another man. Some may say it's similar. It's not similar. If it was similar, why wouldn't you just love a woman? If you was a man, why would you love a man? It's not similar. Like, you got some people that say all sin is the same. It's not the same. Somebody take a knife and stab it in your child's neck versus robbing that child, which is worse. Robbing that child, but the child lives, but the other one, the child dies. All sin is not equal. There's varying magnitudes and degrees to this stuff called life. Same thing with love, man. But it just annoys me, man. You got zealots out of here, man. They quick to jump on you. Like the thing with Sexy Red and all this stuff. You got black people going in on her. Like, okay, you don't like what she's doing. She's twerking pregnant. Why is that bad per se? See? Why is that bad? She's twerking and she has a baby in her belly. So what? Why is she twerking with a baby in her belly? So? It's just a dance, man. Like, I look at all this stuff as tribalistic, man. You gotta look at this stuff from a native, the default human being mindset of how we do things, man. Like, we've been caught up in an illusion of society, man. Make us think that we're better than or different than, and really it's the same old shit, man. It's the same stuff goes on. Like in the first world society, it's similar things that go on in the third world society. With tribal people with scantily dressed outfits on, showing nudity, and it's normal to them. Like, man, like, all right, she twerking. How does that affect the black community? Oh, because white people see it and now they want to justify that. So you would say, now the guy Tariq Nasheed, he would say that he would speak out against all that stuff. He would check white supremacy for that, and he knows that it's wrong to judge a whole race by the acts of the few within that race. But then he'd turn around and say, Sexy Red is making all black people look bad, or making us a target out of here. You see the contradictions? It's like we so wrapped up in society, man. Like we so in like surrounded, engulfed by white supremacy. Yeah, I'm bringing it to that. Maybe lost some white viewers, that we don't understand that we still think on that level, like that level on the plantation where we say, "Oh, you nigga, you gonna get us in trouble with massa." Instead of going at the white supremacists or white people who practice condemning our whole race for the acts of things that they don't like of the few. And it ain't that it's wrong for her to twerk. Like, okay, you as a white person, you see her twerking, you see a bunch of black people twerking, and that justifies you harming the rest of us because you see that as weakness. You see that as somebody who has a childlike mind, who just want to be about entertainment and all this shit. And you feel like they're a target and there's somebody to punk around and mistreat. That's wrong, man. We supposed to go after the white supremacists all the time. Okay, Sexy Red and all them doing some twerking. That don't justify whites coming at us. And we shouldn't focus on the Sexy Red or any other person we think who is ratchet and blame them at all. We shouldn't blame them at all, man. I don't care if a black person went into a white neighborhood and sprayed them down with a fucking AK-47. That black person should always be the individual. And for black people to say that makes us a target, that may be a reality, but that we shouldn't blame that black person as the root, as the cause of being a target, man. We should say, these white people, man, they're using that as an excuse to attack us. And you're not going to stop every black person from sinning in order to make the situation perfect, man, for us not to be a target. And Tariq knows this, and others like him know this. You know, we dressed up in suits and all that stuff back in the day. Still got hung from trees with suits, man. We can't wait for our entire black race to quote unquote act right in order to attack injustice, man. We got to go at injustice first, because the thing is, if we keep attacking each other, man, we gonna keep missing who the real enemy is, and that's white supremacists. You know, you gonna blame us each for what? You gonna blame an entire race and justify that? That's absolute wicked, man. We should never blame the black person. You know, black on black crime and all this shit, racist tropes, racist terms. Well, I as a black man deserve to be harmed and mistreated. My family, loved ones need to be killed on a traffic stop because some niggas in Chicago did some shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Now you got white people going around talking about they weren't the cause of slavery and they don't owe us no fucking reparations and all this shit. But at the same time, they want to lump us in the same damn box. You know, you got the media showing all this stuff. The way justice works, it doesn't matter how many black people do things. You treat people on an individual basis. Now you can say, well, there's some correlations and stereotypes are kind of justified to a degree but you're supposed to change up and switch up what you know based on the new data. Okay, you can go in it with the mindset, okay, every black person I pull over on a traffic stop is probably a thief or a killer. You know, you might have your hand on your guns, but then you roll up on this motherfucker. You see how they conduct themselves. You know, not saying you let your guard down, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to have it instantly. It comes to your mind that maybe this person is not like the others. You don't just have the same mindset and treating this other person, this other black person as if he a thug or she's a thug or something like that, some goon or some killer. You know, you got motherfucking white cops, racist cops, aka race soldiers, roughing up women and shit, old people. You know, youth. You know, like, come on, man. You got to look at the profile. You know, and even if somebody dressed a certain way, man, like, as a white cop, you should know that. See, you hear it all the time. You know, these people talk tough, but they're not really tough. So they know that. You got white cops who know that a lot of black people act tough, but not really tough. You know the profile, you know the MO. So they know that a lot of times it's just a facade. So how could they go around still assuming that we're dangerous and thugs? We know it's just a front. They know it's a front. See the game, man. You know, they be in the prisons, they know all this, they know they done seen it all. Tough talk. Dudes calling their mama crying and stuff. They know the MO. They know it's just a facade. So why to pretend? Why acting like they're afraid for them lives? It's a game, man. We gotta stop falling for it as black people, man. We gotta keep our eyes on the prize. That's getting rid of the system of white supremacy, man. As I get up in age, man, the world becomes different. My mind has shifted. My mentality has shifted. A lot of times things seem so real. Things I used to be afraid of, I ain't no more. But a lot of that fear comes out of habit, man. We've been taught to be afraid of things. You know. But yeah, but you got people online. I'll take it back to online, man. It's like they think the online thing is real, man. You know, they think they doing something by, you know, getting on Tariq's and Jason Black's good side and not ruffling no feathers. And you know, Tariq, no matter what he called himself, he says he's not a leader. He's a leader by de facto. He's a de facto leader, man. You a de facto leader, Tariq, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. I know you say it, and really you're not, but you kind of de facto are a leader, man. You know, a lot of people that hang their hat on what you say, and a lot of times I do too. But at the same time, I always been that dude who followed the truth, man. Who was that dude who would start fights with the bullies to my detriment. I would end up getting fucked with the bullies, jumped on and shit after I didn't try to save some nigga. You know, my youth, my younger days. So I tend to analyze. I always analyze, and if I see something that look wrong, man, and I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I'm a pretty good judge of righteousness, in my opinion. And what's wrong, right from wrong, and you know what's hypocritical and what ain't. You know, and I'm calling it wrong to use a transsexual jabs and talking points to kind of shame a heterosexual. Like, I don't have to like a transsexual man or a woman or somebody in the LGBT community. I don't have to have no hidden feelings because I object to what they're saying and what they're doing. That ain't right. To just assume or have some hidden feelings, or, you know, sometimes it's true, you know, some people hate what they really like, but that's not most of the time. Those are special occasions, and I'm gonna say that's not most of the time. You know, Like, man, you can speak out on something, man. You got these people coming on, LGBTQ folk, coming to heterosexual space. They're not in their spaces, you know, promoting their lifestyle, man. Talking about what they like, man. That's a repulsion to a heterosexual. Heterosexual, we don't want to hear that, man. That stuff is repulsive. You know, I can talk about anything. I can actually talk about how repulsive it is, but I don't know how this video will hold up. You know, well, hey, let's try it out. Let's experiment. You know, I can say any damn thing. I'm that confident. I can talk about what homosexuals do. See, Tariq can't talk about it. See, he says he's confident in, but that stuff repulses him. I can speak about any fucking repulsive thing and still not be gay. You know, you sticking your, as a man, fucking another man, you putting your penis, rock hard penis, I assume it's rock hard, you putting your rock hard penis in another man's shitty asshole, and you using his shit, the feces, as lubricant. Yeah, let's get repulsive in this motherfucker. Yeah, that's what he doing. You know, well, somebody say, well, you doing the same thing. You have anal sex with a woman. Yeah, but it's a woman, and that's in line with heterosexuality. But at the same token, you know, a man can insert into a vagina, which is cleaner. It cleans itself, and you can produce offspring. That's the logic of this world. You can produce offspring. That's the correct way to do it. You can't produce offspring by sticking a penis in a man's ass, but you can't do it sticking your penis in a woman's ass. But you know, but hey, there's that option to reproduce right underneath it. So, but the thing is, man, like no man really wants that image of another man coming on to him like that. I had gay men come on to me, so I know. I don't like that feeling, man. Somebody look at me like I'm a piece of ass. I might be bent over picking up something. I don't want a man looking at me how I look at a woman. Damn, she got a fat ass. Damn, he got a fat ass. I don't want that, man. I don't want that image in my mind. It ain't that I'm insecure. It's just, it's a queasy, like, man, this nigga, I don't want another dude looking at me like that, but I can't help it because that's the way of the world. So, you know, I've built up a defense against it. Like, hey, you can look at me like that, but you try something, nigga. It's like that. You know, I can't stop dude from looking or thinking, but I can stop dude with these motherfuckers or something else. It's not about hatred. It's not about dislike. You know, but I don't like that lifestyle. I can say that. I don't want it being forced on me and my family and those who don't want it. You know, I'm in agreement with other people who don't want that lifestyle being forced on them. And when you got these transsexuals, these gay people forcing their lifestyle, talking about their life and things that revolves around that lifestyle, man, that's a problem. Now you got Marcel Dixon, man. He's a politician. He's a gay man. You know, he's more respectable for his community. You know, he don't force himself that lifestyle onto heterosexual people, from what I can tell. You know, I'm still watching him, man, because, you know, I would endorse the dude, man, but I'm still watching because I've been dealing, hearing too many of these damn T.S. Giselles, man. You know, for me to really trust a gay politician, man, or a gay man, or somebody from the LGBTQ community. Like, do you have the discipline as somebody from the LGBTQ community to not force your lifestyle on heterosexual people? Do you have the discipline? Or you don't? See, as heterosexual people, we gotta have discipline, man. We can't just force ourselves as a man. We can't force ourselves on women. We can't pull our dick out on them and just, you know, come give me some. You can't just do that, touch on women. You know, for the most part, women can't really do that to men, heterosexuals. So why should LGBTQ people do something like that with us, like, you know, come at us flamboyant, dick swinging, balls jangling, trying to teach our children stuff, or youth things about their lifestyle, man. And that just goes to show, man, like, you know, what you give people an inch, man, they take a mile. They take your whole damn body. That's the new saying. You give people an inch, they take your body, they take your life, your soul, man. But you allow start becoming bigger and greater of what you accept, man. But yeah, man, these people on YouTube and Twitter, wherever they are on social media, man, they don't got no backbone, man. They just follow people, like, thumb up, retweet and all this shit. They don't got no backbone, man. They just go with the flow. And that's why Tariq, he'll understand, like, that's why he'll have people call in and say, your followers, see? They keep saying it's not necessarily trying to make you a leader, man. You got people who do follow you. They follow you like zealots, man. They have no mind of their own. You know, not saying everybody supposed to disagree with you, or most people supposed to disagree with you. No, it should be some people telling you what needs to be said, man. I feel I'm telling you what needs to be said, man. You know, I know enough about you, man, from following you over these years, for over a decade, following your work, I should say. I bought some things and put things on some things, you know. So I'm just saying, man, it ain't your job really to check these people, but you should kind of understand what you're saying, man. Like, you would say things that is all encompassing. You know, if that guy telling you about transsexuals, if he has some kind of insecurities and he's a heterosexual man who's confident in his heterosexuality, if you saying he has some kind of insecurities and you dissing him and his arguments was good and sound and well thought out, then you dissing me and you dissing other heterosexual men out here who don't like LGBTQ people interjecting their lifestyle and bringing non-constructive dialogue, man. T.S. Giselle brings absolutely nothing to the conversation, nothing but contention and disagreement. And that father fucker don't like Marcel Dixon because Marcel keeps that separate. Marcel has the discipline. Yeah, I know he's fucking dudes in the ass and all that stuff, but he has the discipline to keep that apart from the talk, from the constructive dialogue, man. And that's why I respect him as a gay man. I'm not gay, but I respect him as a person for being able to do that. See, you're not supposed to. See, the thing, we know that most of the world is heterosexual, but now you don't really know. It's like, why do we need to know that you gay and all this shit, and you know, this, that, and the third? Why we need to know that stuff? See, Marcel and his other gay men who keep that up to themselves, and they don't necessarily hide it, but they're not flamboyant and out with it, and I'm gonna force you to love me, I'm gonna force you to like what I do. You gotta know that I like fucking niggas in the ass and like being fucked by niggas. You gotta know that. You gotta know that about me. Why I need to know that about you? I'm not trying to fuck you in the ass. Damn sure ain't trying to let you do it to me. I don't need to know that shit about you. Do you need to know how I fuck women? Think about that. Do you need to know how I fuck women? How I stick women in the vagina? Do I need to go around blasting that? I never been the guy who kiss and tell or fuck and tell. I was never that guy. It just didn't make sense for me to go around, man, I see that chick over there, man, I fucked her. If I see a chick I fuck, I don't say shit about it. Unless it's a dude I'm with who trying to get with us, like, you know, I mess with this chick, you know. I say it like that. You know, chick suck my dick, I ain't gonna see it out and about and shit Man, look at that, man. You know, oh, you suck my dick, man. I ain't gonna be with my homie saying that shit. You suck my dick. That's not his business. But you got a lot of these LGBTQ people who make that shit what they do our business, and we don't want that, man. That's not the correct way to go about stuff. That's why they get resistance. You know, they say black men, you know, we toxic and all this. Toxic masculinity, man, is just basically heterosexuality, because heterosexual men, we set boundaries, man. That's toxic. Us setting boundaries is toxic to these people, to the LGBTQ community. That's toxic. That alone is toxic, that we would set boundaries and say, no, you can't cross this line. That's toxic. You know, and that's toxic to women, feminists, feminine-minded women, because they don't like hearing the word no. They think a man should be open for everything. They think we should be available to do anything too. Everything has boundaries. Nothing can exist in reality without boundaries. The boundaries of reality is, you hit this damn ground, you're gonna stop. Anything that doesn't have boundaries is chaos. Chaos has no cohesion because it has no boundaries. Everything gotta have boundaries. If you want to be an immortal, let's go into some metaphysics, and live forever, you gotta have boundaries. As a god, you gotta have boundaries, or you'll go insane. You won't be able to tell yourself no. If you was an immortal being, all powerful being, and you couldn't say no to nothing, you wouldn't be able to create nothing that would last. You would destroy it. You would make it, destroy it, wherever, random how fast you do it. Nothing would be able to survive. Life couldn't exist. You know, that's why I believe our Creator has boundaries within himself or herself. True. Our Creator is, I believe our Creator is a fusion of all agendas. But at the same time, our Creator created genders on this planet. Even though our Creator may be a fusion of all the genders, our Creator still said this is correct. Why is it correct? Because you can only reproduce this way. Now, if LGBTQ people found a way to transfer brains and minds into other bodies that can function and reproduce, then that's a different story. I mean, humanity has perfected the art of gender swapping. That's on some godlike technological, out of this world kind of shit. That's way into the future, if we ever get that far. But I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I ain't trying to attack my man. I ain't trying to attack you, Tariq, but I'm saying that was the wrong thing you did to come at the guy. He's a heterosexual man, to attack his heterosexuality by using transsexual talking points against him, man. A man don't have to have a lust for transsexuals to have some objections to what they doing. Now, you will have some guys, they hear what I'm saying. I didn't say that. No, let's not get into circular arguments. So I didn't say that. I didn't exactly say it that way. Implications mean what it means, man. People like to try to argue semantics, man, with words. That's just them being divisive, and they letting their ego talk. They don't want to lose an argument or be made to be wrong. Sometimes, man, you just gotta walk away from the talk, man. You may not have to admit that you was wrong. You say, okay, shit, this is how some guys, people feel out here. There's a lot of them. Most of the world is heterosexual. Always remember that. And even though some guys, a lot of followers of yours ain't checking you, they thinking about it, it's in their mind. I have a hard time showing some family members your videos, man. They're not taking on to this stuff. I've been showing them for years. And it has something to do with the stuff you be saying, the little wisecracks, the jokes you crack on other people. People look at themselves like, oh, he's talking dude with a bald spot. Oh, shit. You talking about how crispy this nigga is, See, a lot of people let that slide, man. Crispy, burnt crispy. We know what that means. Don't say it just means he's ashy. That nigga burnt crispy, nigga. You talking about how dark he is, nigga. Come on, man. Let's keep it real. Don't try to manipulate your words, man. Come on, man. I knew this from day one. I said, but that was a quirk about you that I tolerated, man. Because you was much more positive, or you are much more positive than negative. Your positive outweighs your negative. When you talk on the pro-black speak, I get fired up. Like, yeah, man, he's saying some real shit. You know, he's saying some shit against white supremacists that most black people are too afraid to speak out against or to speak on. But then you go to them wisecracks. Oh, you burnt crispy and shit. The other dudes and all that shit you crack on, I don't have nothing against that. But the crispy thing, it did make me think like, we kind of have a little colorism thing going on. Burnt crispy. But you say because he's ashy. My knuckles is ashy. Am I crispy? I'm not crispy, am I? My knuckles is ashy. I'm a brown-skinned fella. I'm not a dark-skinned fella. I actually like dark-skinned women. The best. Those have always been my big crushes. The dark-skinned women. The hard crushes. Lovey-dovey shit. They didn't even know it. I always fell hardest for dark-skinned women, man. Even the chicks I dream about loving shit was dark-skinned in my dreams, shit. So I'm just saying, man, like that was a flaw. That's a flaw I count against you, man. You know, want me to stop following you? No, hell no. As long as you keep talking that pro-black stuff, that's what I fuck with you on, man. So, but I'm gonna cut this video short. I ain't said enough. And all you zealots, man, zealots who follow Tariq, man, follow maybe hell Professor Black Truth, but he's so on point, man. I just thumb his shit up because he's just consistent. No bullshit from Professor Black Truth, man. So I don't know what kind of followers he really has because, you know, he's so damn consistent, man. So his followers or people who follow his work, they'll be consistent in their ways for the most part. They will either like what he say or don't. They ain't gonna have nothing in between. But Jason Black, his followers, wishy-washy motherfuckers. You know, you got people who follow you, Tariq, man. You, Jason Black. You know, you got some of these people, man. They make videos with your stuff. D Tubman. Yeah, I'm saying your name. I don't really know how you look. I don't know if that's your photo. That was you. That's a nice looking lady, but I never really seen how you look. But man, like a lot of you who follow Tariq, y'all don't make content on your own. I guess this is a little extension. Y'all don't make content on your own, man. Y'all can't really come at me or guys like me. Y'all don't make content on your own. I got videos. Y'all don't even show y'all face, man. Y'all take Tariq stuff, chop it up, and profit off of it and get a bunch of followers and subscribers. Y'all not real. I'm real. I'm real. I'm one of the real ones out here, man. What makes me real? Because I talk real. I'm talking about stuff none of y'all talk. Yeah, Charleston White, guys like him, he's saying some stuff. That's why he has followers, and that's why people taking a liking to him. He say some questionable things I don't like, that borderline's cooning, but you sound like a real dude. Nigga out here on the street you and me. In the D somewhere. Niggas I done came across at the park in my youth. Talking shit. Talking some real spit. You know, you got that phony talk, man. That shit ain't real. Alright, catch you later. Life is about talking. Being real is about making mistakes, man. Talking about them, man. You're not gonna be real. Trying to act like you a flawless dude, man. But yeah, not a flawless dude or a flawless woman. You're not gonna be real doing that. People don't respect that. So if you want to be an entertainer, entertainers do stuff like that. You know, Beyonce's out here acting like they shit smell like roses and all that. Bet you Jay-Z, man, he probably be like, man, close that door. Damn, baby. You blew the fucking bathroom up. See, I don't even think about Beyonce in that way, do y'all? I'm out.